Welcome back. It's Adelia Sosanya. You all know, I know, life happens to the best of us. And when you are managing life and family and kids in this wonderful world of real estate, revisit your groove of things. That has been my experience over these last few months. And maybe I'll get into more of that later, but right now I want to share a question that has come up for me because it actually encouraged me or inspired me, whether it's probably the better word, to communicate again here on my YouTube channel and revisit this in a way where I can speak authentically, where I can speak truthfully about the experiences that I have working with clients. I have a client that I've been working with. We have been working together for about 10 years now. And the client came from when I first got into real estate. And so she is searching, of course, for a new home, first time buyer, and our second round of looking at homes. Thing to keep in mind when you're looking at homes, if you're in the market or you're just getting started or thinking about buying, it can sometimes take some time. And that is really the setup for this the question that is this video is framed around. How many homes does it take to find the right home? When that question was asked to me today, now I've been asked this question before, and over the years, I've grown in my response to that question. I know people think there's a magic number to real estate. There's a magic number. Now, yes, there are formulas and other variables that go into real estate, but when it comes to locating a home that works for you, there is no magic number. And I'm at a point in my business now where I appreciate greatly the people that I have that are assigned to me, because that's how I see it. When I work with people now, even more so, I don't think I had the language before, but they're assigned to me. Part of that assignment in knowing that I have people that are high value, they value me as a person, they value my expertise, they value the energy, the knowledge, the resources, everything that I offer my clients. The people that I work with now value me. And so when she asked this question, she also said, I don't want to waste your time. I'm a very picky person and I don't want to waste your time. And I've had a lot of people say that recently to me about me helping them. And I love that. And the reason why I love that, because one of my prayers is that I work with people that are in alignment with me. Because in this business, we are taught to work with anyone and to work with everybody. And yes, in the beginning, there's some truth to that, right? You don't have the experience. You need to understand people more. You need to understand sales. You need to know the market. I mean, you have to get some reps in the beginning. Over time, once you've reached a certain level, once you know more of who you are, I think that is key more than anything, you will begin to attract and work with a certain kind of person. It doesn't have anything to do with money, but it has everything to do with a desired outcome that you can deliver for them and the energy exchange that is happening during that time. Getting back to the question, how many homes does it take in order for you to find the right one? Or how many homes do I have to look at before I find the right one? So my response to her was, it's not about how many homes you need to look at, but it has everything to do with the experiences that you're having from those homes, because every home is going to show you and reveal you more about what it is you want. And what I have found, especially working with buyers, a lot of them don't know what they want, right? Not true of everyone, but I do my normal consultation. We ask the questions, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, what's your desired location? What are the things that you love about the home? What are the things that you're looking for in the home? What are your must-haves? I mean, there's a whole thing that I go through with people, right? But the one thing that you can't really measure and know is a feeling. And she said, because this home, it checked the boxes. It was in the location. It had the number of bedrooms, bathrooms, condition met. And, it had all the things that on paper, it was the right home. But, once I asked her, can you see yourself living here? There was a pause. And that pause was my understanding to know that that was not the home for her. Because my job as a real estate professional is not to push you into anything, because if it's not an absolute yes in my book, it's a hell no. And so I said, I want you to be happy with what you are selecting in the home. For some people, it can take 3 homes. For some people, it may take 20 homes. For some people, it can take 1 home. But it is my job also is to ask you, from every experience that we've had, how does this home compare to the last home? What is it about? I'm watching you. I'm watching your responses, right? I'm helping you identify and uncover the direction that you may not know, but as we go through this experience together, it's being uncovered and unpacked. And I don't think in the beginning, when I was a new agent, I did not know how to do that. I knew how to ask questions. I knew how to, do the things in the scripts. I knew how to do the things. But the real magic is happening when you're spending time with that person. You're watching their emotions, you're watching their responses, and you're asking them questions from that. Because what she said to me was, this home doesn't feel, there's something here that I can't feel. I didn't feel it in the last home because we had put in an offer, and then she went back to that home the next day when they were doing an open house, and it was just like, and so we kind of had to go back to the drawing board. But when we looked at this home, she just said, it just doesn't give me that warm and fuzzy feeling on the street. Well, a lot of times people think, oh, well, you're buying the home. Well, you're buying the home, but you're buying the neighborhood. You're buying the neighbors next door. You're buying if it has poop in the front yard. Of course, that can be picked up. But these are variables that our AI, our chat GPT, all those things that we can put in to try to make logical sense. But the real thing happens as you go through it, right? We go to the next home, and then as soon as she walked in the door, as soon as I walked in the door, I felt her energy. We didn't even have to finish looking at the rest of the house. It was a knowing. I think that's so important for people to identify the knowing over the number, because there is no magic number. I'm here to tell you, as a real estate professional with over 10 years helping people buy and sell and transact in the state of Oklahoma, I wish there was a magic number because it will save me so much time. But, and I respected her position to respect my time, right? But I said, hey, I am here for you. I am not here working with any and everyone, because I know this experience matters to you, and I want you to feel like this is the right home for you. And we knew it when we went into the second home. So I just wanted to share that. Again, I have not been on my YouTube. I'm going to pump some more life back into it. But this is going to be the direction that you get from me. Real authentic conversations. It is called Showing the Best in Oklahoma, but sometimes you're going to get me showing the best in me, delivering to you the experiences that I have working with people. Yeah, we'll still talk about neighborhoods and home values and how you can move in this real estate world, but I also want to make sure that I'm sharing the authentic truth around what it takes and how people respond in this market, and how this experience is beyond the transaction. That may be the name of the next show. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, well, I'm Adelia Sosanya. Let me get to the part where you need to know who I am so you can tune in again. This is Showing the Best in Oklahoma. Thank you for watching. Again, I don't know what direction I'm going with this bad boy, but you got to stick around and find out. We'll learn together. All right, until next time.